So this is Adam Sandler's first sequel, and I kind of find it odd that he would pick to make a sequel to Grown Ups. What up, y'all? It's the Black Critic Guy, and I just got back from seeing Grown Ups 2. So the basic plot of Grown Ups 2, if you even want to call it a plot, is it's basically Adam Sandler, a bunch of his friends, fooling around in their old hometown. That's it. But then again, you don't go into this movie for deep characters. You don't go into this movie to see a deep story. You go into this movie to see Adam Sandler fooling around with his friends and see a wacky comedy. Now, before we discuss my feelings on Grown Ups 2, I want to talk a little bit about Grown Ups, because one thing that I always wanted to do, I wanted to review Grown Ups because I realized that that movie got so much hate that I think it didn't deserve. Now, I'm not saying that it's the best Adam Sandler movie. I don't think that whatsoever, but I really enjoyed it, and I felt like it got hate that it really didn't deserve. And the reason I felt like that is because the whole point of Grown Ups is not to be some type of clever comedy. It's supposed to be about a bunch of friends reconnecting since they haven't seen each other in a while and resorting back to their childish ways. And the way that they act and the way that they treat each other is just how I picture old friends rekindling friendships, remembering the past. Hell, I can honestly say that if I ever meet old friends again, especially the group that I was a part of in high school, I can see us doing some crazy shit like in Grown Ups. And that's why I really liked and related to Grown Ups. It wasn't trying to be a clever comedy, it's just a bunch of friends fooling around doing stupid shit and rekindling their friendships. But as much as I really enjoyed the first Grown Ups, I don't see why they made a sequel. It was a good standalone movie. It didn't need a sequel. And so we get to the review of Grown Ups 2, and what did I think of Grown Ups 2? It's basically par for the course of any Adam Sandler movie. I mean, it has its slapstick humor, it has its fart jokes, its poop jokes, all the jokes you can see in an Adam Sandler movie, they're in this movie. And although the jokes aren't clever or witty, that doesn't mean I didn't laugh out loud a couple of times in this movie, which I did. But this movie felt like a mixed bag because there would be some scenes where I was like, oh my god, that's hilarious. But there'll be other times in the movie where I'm like, oh my god, is it over yet? I mean, this is awkward. It's kind of weird. It's not that funny, but oh my god, why? And there'll be times where some jokes fall flat and they're not funny and just staring at the screen like, okay, let's move to the next scene now. Although it wasn't a great movie whatsoever, I really felt like it lost the essence of what Grown Ups was like. I mean, Grown Ups was about a bunch of friends coming together, rekindling their friendships and doing stupid shit. In this movie, they're all back in their hometown still doing stupid shit, and it doesn't feel right. Like now, it doesn't feel as special as it was in the first movie. It comes off as kind of pathetic. I mean, yes, there's nothing wrong about a bunch of friends coming back together and reminiscing about the past, but it just felt kind of forced in this movie. The performances in the movie range from good to god awful. I mean, Adam Sandler's still likable. The best out of all four of the friends was Chris Rock. He had me laughing out loud so many times in this movie. He kind of was the strongest of the friends group, although that's not really saying much. And then you got the cameos, which is a must now in an Adam Sandler movie. You gotta have at least 5,000 cameos in an Adam Sandler movie. And some of the cameos, they were good and they were pretty funny. In fact, my favorite cameo in this movie, believe it or not, was actually Taylor Lautner's character. He was so over the top, it just worked for this movie. And I'm not gonna lie, I did like Shaquille O'Neal's cameo in this movie. It was pretty funny. But then they would throw you some cameos that didn't work for the film and kind of bogged down the film. Like John Lovis's character could have easily been taken out of this film because none of his scenes were funny. They were kind of awkward. And then you got this one chick who works with Salma Hayek at this clothing store who dated Adam Sandler's character back in the 6th grade. She was just awkward. She wasn't funny. And then you got some needless side stories like David Spade having a kid. I didn't feel like it worked for the movie. They could have taken it out. And that's pretty much all I have to say about Grown Ups 2. It just felt like an unnecessary sequel. There are some funny parts, but then there are also some awkward parts. There's gonna be a couple of scenes where you're just like covering your eyes. You don't want to see what's happening. And overall, I'm gonna give this film a 3 out of 5 stars. It's okay. If you don't see Grown Ups 2, no one's gonna hate you for it. If you're a fan of the first one, I say go check it out. You might find some things funny in this movie. If you're not a fan of Adam Sandler or you don't like his recent movies, then I say just skip it. But anyway, what did you guys think of this film? Did you find it funny, or did you feel like it was boring and awkward and you don't like Adam Sandler movies anymore? And let me know, since Adam Sandler has a shit ton of cameos in all of his movies, what is your favorite Adam Sandler cameo in one of his movies? Comment below, let me know. Also stay tuned this Wednesday for a new top 10 list. It's probably going to be on movies, I'm hoping, because that's the one I want to do next. But until then, guys, hit that subscribe button. If you're new to my channel, welcome to the Black Critic Guy. Like this video if you really enjoyed it, and I'm Tony Watley II from the Black Critic Guy. Till then, peace, YouTube.